Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
How are you guys doing?
good. How about you?
Fine, thank you. Yeah, I made a class, and I'm sure you still saw you see the time that I put, so I'm glad you saw it. Let me close some files. I think I opened a lot of files. Let me close this. Okay, okay, excellent, excellent. Now, what else? What else? Okay, this one, two. There's one more. Okay, I think everything is good. All right. Today, we'll be looking at I want to make sure you're seeing this. Can you see the screen, the presentation?
Yes,
Okay, good. So we're gonna look at break-even point analysis. We'll be looking at the single period, um, single product case, break-even analysis. We're not gonna do multiple product today. We do only the single product case or single service case. But I'm sure if you have a question, please ask me. Don't use the texting, chatting. I don't respond to chats. Oh, Maris. Okay, Maris is another class. Okay. All right. So let's see that what is break-even point anyway? Break-even point simply means the point that a company or an organization will reach. From that point onward, they start making profit. So it is a point which can be in dollars or in units at which cost equals revenue. So for any company that operates at the above the break even point, we start making profit. Below that is loss. So in other words, it is the critical an important tool for determining the capacity that a firm must have to produce in order to a capacity that they will reach in order to achieve profitability. That's the simplest way of explaining it. That break-even point refers to that important tool. Well, that point that a firm, I mean, when I say point, I mean the production level the firm will reach before they start achieving or attaining profitability. So the goal of break-even point analysis, therefore, is to find that point which can be in dollars or in units, at which cost equal revenue. That point is the break-even point. And the firms or organizations that operate above that level will start achieving profit or profitability. So there are a few things we need to know about break-even point, or that few things. One is that, as you can see, let me make sure I'm saying this. So as you can see from this graph, you can see that at break-even point, you can see that this is the point here. See, loss. This is the break-even point. At this point, which is 3 units for this graph, is 3 units. and $20,000 worth of sales. Okay. Actually, 3 units and $20 worth of sales. You can see that from this point up, you can see that there's a profit. At this point, the total cost equals to total revenue. So there's no profit. There's no profit, there's no loss. But above this point, you can see that this profit start to accrue. Below it is loss. See? So that's what I was trying to say in that. Yeah. So that at this point, I've shown in this graph, you can see that the break-even analysis require the estimation of total cost, fixed cost, variable cost, and revenue. As you can see from the graph, you have to estimate fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, and total revenue to be able to figure out the break-even point. If you're using graph, you plot these values, that point at which the total cost crosses the total revenue graph becomes your break-even point. Okay. Now, also, still on the few things we need to know about break-even point. When we say fixed cost, what do we mean when we say fixed cost? Well, each time we use that term, we are referring to that cost that continue even if no units are produced. It doesn't change with the scale of production. So even if nothing is produced, you still have their fixed cost. Example, let's say you have a business, right? You just started the business. Whether you have customers or not, you still have to pay their business tax. Well, the state might give you a waiver for tax if you don't make profit, but there's still a fee that you pay because you registered the business. You still have to pay the rent for the location of your business. Even if your business is located in your own house, you still have to pay the mortgage anyway. So that's part of fixed cost. You still have to pay pay back the loan you borrowed to start the business, even if you haven't started getting customers yet. How about the depreciation? All this is so depreciation, taxes, debt, mortgage payment, or rent, utility use. Well, utility might change, but you still have to pay it anyway. So these are the fixed costs. They continue even if no units are produced. They don't change with the scale of production. We call them fixed cost. Okay. Then we have to call variable costs. That's the next thing. Variable costs. Somebody came in. Max. Variable costs. Now, variable costs. We'll have. Okay. Variable costs. Give me 1 minute. I'm missing somebody's name here. Okay. Okay. Got it. So variable costs simply refers to those costs that vary with the volume of production or with the scale of production. They change and when you increase output. For example, the major component of variable costs are labor and materials. When you start producing more, you buy more materials and you might need to hire more people. That will increase your variable cost. Okay. Now, so at times the cost of utilities can also vary with the scale of production because when you produce more, you use more energy. So other costs like a portion of the utility that varies with volume are also variable costs. Now, the difference between the selling price and the variable cost is what is called a contribution. So only when contribution exceeds total cost will there be a profit. Now, there's another element of the break-even analysis. We call it the revenue function. And you can see the revenue right here. You can see right here, the line of that shows total revenue. Revenue always comes from sales. Okay? Result from sales. So that the revenue function begins at the origin of the and proceed upwards, begin from the origin and proceed upwards to the right. And it increases by the selling price of each unit. So again, like I explained a few minutes, you can see the revenue start from the origin right here and keep going. So that point where the total cost crosses the total revenue line is where we have the break-even point. At the break-even point, amount sold and the total costs are equal. So you didn't make profit. But beyond that, you start making profit. Below that, you are still operating at a loss. Okay? So in break-even analysis, we try to figure what output level can we achieve before we can reach the break-even point and then go above it. See? Or what sales volume can we attain before we can reach the break-even point and cross it? Okay? To calculate the break-even point, we make some assumptions. Some assumptions. Some of those assumptions are as follows. As you can see from the screen, some of the key assumptions are as follows. We have all costs are categorized as fixed or variable costs. 2, the total fixed costs remain unchanged for all output levels. Yeah, we assume that it's remain unchanged for all output levels. Then total variable costs fluctuate proportionately with output level, resulting if no change in the unit variable cost. Now remember, all we do is estimate. At least that estimate will give us an idea of where our break-even point lies. Now, sales per unit remains the same for each output level. Cost and revenue behave in a linear fashion. I mean, that is our assumption within the relevant range. They also assume that there is no factor other than sales volume can affect costs and sales revenue. We equally assume that the analysis relates to businesses producing one product only or a constant product mix. Of course, we have break-even analysis for multiple products organization. I mean, organizations that make multiple products. But today we are focused on one that make one product. For example, a hotel that delivers only renting, room service. Sorry, not room service. Renting service for a hotel. Booking a room, a suite, or a doctor's clinic that sees only eye patients that have eye problems, or a bakery that make only bread, stuff like that. Then another assumption is that the technology, production method, and efficiency remain unchanged. So with this, we can now be able, with all these assumptions, we can now calculate the break-even point. If we have the information about the total fixed cost, price, and variable cost, and of course the output. Yeah. Now, so let us take a quick look at the single product case. So the formula for single product case, as you can see from the screen, are shown here. Break-even point in units become fixed cost divided by price minus variable cost. Then in dollars, break-even point, if you want to get the answer in dollars, is fixed cost divided by variable cost by price. Okay. So let us look at it. An example here. Look at an example. If you look at this question on the screen, it says here that Stephen Incorporated want to determine the minimum dollar volume and unit volume needed at its new facility to break even. So the firm first determined that it has a fixed cost of $10,000 this period. Now, the direct labor cost is $1.50 per unit, and the material is 75 cents per unit, material cost. The selling price is $4 per unit. Compute Steven Incorporated's break-even point in dollars and in units. So they want us to find, they give us all this information. They want us to find the break-even point. Before we do that, I want you to know that the in this case, the variable costs here include the labor. Okay. Variable costs include the labor cost and the material cost. You can see labor cost is $1.50 per unit. That's direct labor. Then material is 75 cents per unit. These two components constitute the variable cost here. So the easiest way to either use the formula, we're going to use the formula, but we're going to put it in Excel, make it faster for us. So let's go and put it in Excel. The first thing is to do is to make a table in this form for the single product case. So I'm going to make it 14. You guys can see the screen, the Excel screen, right? Can you? Hello, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, they told us that the total fees cost is $10,000. So I'm going to put $10,000 right there. 10,000. Okay. You can see right here, 10,000, I have it here. The next thing is to look at other information we have. We have direct labor is $1.50 per unit, and the material is 75 cents per unit. So those make up the variable cost. So for the variable cost, we have labor, and they say that it is $1.50 per unit, and that material is 75 cents. Yeah. So we have, next thing will be total variable cost, which we need. So you need to get it, total variable cost. We just add the two of them. Put equal sign, click on this, plus this one here. Once you press the enter key to give us the result answer. Remember, all these are in dollars. Okay. Now, next homework will be something like this. So, and the stuff we do next week. So and the classwork for next week will be something like this. So I want you to, if you have any question like as I do it, let me know. So variable cost. So now with this, we can now find our break-even point. Now remember the question says, it says, compute Stevens Incorporated break-even point in dollars and in units. So if we want to calculate it in dollars, we are going to use the second formula that you can see on the screen here. If we want to do it in dollars, okay? If we want to do it in units, we use this one. For dollars, we use this one that have dollar sign. So let us do it. Let's do it. Now, the price, they told us the price. We need to put the price first. Say that the selling price is $4 per unit. So I'm going to go there and put $4 per unit. The price is $4. Okay. I make it dollar sign. So with all this in, we are ready to calculate the break-even point for this company. So the first thing is to break-even point in dollars. The formula is right here. I'm going to move it, I'm looking at it as we do it. It said fixed cost divided by 1 minus variable cost of price. Now remember that our total variable cost is right here. See? So now let's do it. Equals fixed cost of $10,000 divided by, you put the parentheses, opening parentheses, 1 minus V over P. So 1 minus 2 to 1 minus our total variable cost is $2.25. But if we put it that way, it will not let's start all over again. Oh, no need actually. If we put it that way, for this one, it will give us a wrong answer because the order of operations. So let's put it the right way. Okay, let's start again. Equal fixed cost, total fixed cost, divided by parentheses, 1 minus variable cost. Put it in parentheses so that it will follow order of operation, which is right here, divided by price, which is this price here. Then close the parentheses twice. See? Let me see. If you close it only once, see that it doesn't, you have 2 here, 2 opening parentheses, but only 1 ending parenthesis. It will give you an error or it will give you a wrong answer. So make sure we close it the second time. So you have 2 opening parentheses and 2 closing parentheses. Then press the enter key. See, $857.14, which is the same as what we got when we do it manually with the calculator. See? Okay. Now that's for in dollars. If you want to get it by a number of units, in that case, we're gonna use this form, the other form, which is this one here as well. So to do that, we try the formula. We have break-even point equals, we have total fixed cost, okay, divided by 1 price, okay, which is $4 minus it's a variable cost, which is right here, total variable cost. Right, close parenthesis. Once you press the enter key, it will give you the results. Say 5,714 units, approximately. 5,714 units approximately. That's it right there. And that is what you got here as well, if you want to do it manually. See? So that, not to forget that here we used direct labor cost and the material costs combined to form our variable costs. Okay, so sometimes it happens that way. Any questions so far, guys? Any question?
No.
Oh, okay. So, like I said, in the next class we're gonna have, we will be doing I mean next week. Next week, I mean to say. Next week we will have you have your second third homework and probably the second test. That second test will be the week after that. So by that time, I will have graded most of the things that you submitted to me. Okay. So if you don't have any question, then I think we are good to go. Any question about anything about in the class, about concerning the class, guys? You sure?
No, I'm good.
We can still submit the test, right, Professor Oji? We still have time to submit the test?
If you haven't submitted it already, it will allow you to submit. But
okay.
if you haven't submitted it already for the first time, because it allow you only 1 attempt to submit.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you haven't submitted it, you can still go and submit it.
Because I was gonna submit it today. I've been like pretty busy with work, and then I had to take some other midterms this week, so I was just gonna go ahead and do it today.
Yeah, submit it if you have, but you haven't submitted the way I made the submission folder in Canvas. You only have 1 attempt. So if you have not submitted it at all,
I was gonna submit it. I was gonna submit it today.
Okay,
so
go
I was
ahead.
trying to make sure that I can still do it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and submit it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it will say late, but I will still accept it.
Okay.
Another question, guys? Miss Kathleen, you here? Miss Green,
Yes, I'm here.
are you back?
Yes, we got back last night.
Oh, okay. You have any question for me here?
No.
Antoine, how about you?
I'm good, bro. I was the one that was talking.
Oh, I don't know. Jamara, Miss Jamara. I think we lost her. Who else? Mr. Ayeni, Donald. Donald? I think some of them have left already.
He put in the chat he didn't have any questions.
Yeah, I like them to ask me if the direct so I can give them right answer, because last week was so crazy. I not even grade anything at all. Was so busy. So that's why when I'm around, I like to speak to me now, because I may forgot to check the chat. See? Anyway, guys, now in that case, I'll see you next week then. Okay? Enjoy.
Have a good one, Professor.
You too. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, you have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.